Now we're going to look at transformations, what happens to linear equations or quadratic functions when they move it around. So here in letter A it says if the linear function y equals x is changed to have a slope of 2/3 x and a y-intercept of 4, does the new line get steeper or less steep? Well, what's the slope here for y equals x? The slope is 1. That means it goes up 1 over 1. Now, does the new line get steeper or less steep? Well, let's see. Is 2/3 less or greater than 1? It is less than 1. Therefore, it is going to be less steep. But let's go ahead and look at it on the graph. So let's go ahead and graph y equals, oh, there's a glare. Okay, y equals x. And let's go ahead and graph. It says now the slope is 2/3 and the y-intercept is 4. So 2/3 x plus 4, my y-intercept. Let's go ahead and click graph, and I want you to see what happens. The first one's going to be y equals x. The second one's going to be the new one. There's y equals x. Y equals 2/3 x plus 4. If you notice, this is like a ramp. It's going up, and this is going at a slower ramp, like a less steeper ramp, because it's a smaller slope. So in this case, it became less steep. Is it translated up or down? Well, this was my original, and it was translated up. Up. Up how many units? Well, the y-intercept changed to 4. So up 4 units. Let's go ahead and do another one. If the linear function y equals x is changed to have a slope of 5/2 x and a y-intercept of -3, does it get steeper or less steep? Well, 5/2 x is the same thing as 2.5. My slope here is 1, so it got bigger. So that means it's going 2.5 times faster. So therefore, it would be steeper. Don't believe me? Let's check it out. We're going to change the bottom one, because the first one stays the same, to 5/2. And the y-intercept changed to -3. -3. Let me go ahead and move the plus so out of the way. Delete. Graph. There's my y equals x. There's my new line. If you notice, look at the ramp. Pretend it's a ramp. This one's going at that rate, like a ramp. Okay, pretend somebody on a wheelchair going up. Now it's going to go up faster, so it's steeper. It's going to be a lot more difficult for a wheelchair to go up. So it got steeper. And what happened to the y-intercept? It went down, so it was translated down. So it got steeper and it was translated down. Down how many units? Well, my y-intercept is now -3. So it's down 3 units. Alright, here's another one. If the parent function of linear functions is changed to have a slope of 1/4 and a y-intercept of -1, does the new line get steeper or less steep? Is it translated up or down? So the parent function of linear functions is y equals x. And now it's going to be changed to have a 1/4 and a y-intercept of -1. So my slope here is 1. It got smaller, so it's going to be less steep because it's going to be slower. And it's going to be translated, what do you think? It's -1, down. So my new line got less steep, and and it was translated down 1 unit.